All right, all right. Greetings, greetings. Good afternoon, good day, everybody.
Yes,
Haki
sir.
Hamid, the Success Scholar. Thank you all for tuning in. We are live, broadcasting live from Baltimore, Tubman City. Hope you all are wonderful. I have the honor and pleasure. Many of you have seen the work that as I go around and continue to organize each and every 3 months quarterly, we uh, published the National Black Unity newspaper, and I have the actual publisher here with me today. And we're going to go through some of the amazing stories that we have been covering over the past few years. So, welcome, Brother David Murphy. How are you, brother?
I'm doing fantastic, and you, sir?
Great, great. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. A little cold out here. I tell you, it's no longer summer in in Maryland here. So, I got a rude awakening coming back from Panama. But even this morning, I was just like, man, it's thermal time. So,
Yep.
but yeah, brother. But I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. But we have an amazing edition, and it's the National Black Unity newspaper continues to get bigger and bigger. And like you said, you can't grow too much because you don't want to have a book or a manual walking
Yes.
around with people trying to get these into the hands of our community. But I wanted to, many people may not know the diversity, the depth of the many of the people that we have. So I just want to kind of take some time to like go through, and you can kind of go along with me. I'll kind of hold it up here, we can just talk, about some of the chapters. I'm sorry, of the or the articles that some of the writers. I see, the top you have David Murphy, editor in chief, Brother Bill Gooden, Dr. Watis, but of course, and front page, Greater Baltimore Black Chamber. They've been a big partner and contributor with the National Black Unity News. Shout out to the Greater Baltimore Chamber. So first page is you and Bill Gooden and your brother, Mr. Walter Murphy, right?
Yes. Well, what we consider our staff on the fourth
Right.
and fifth pages is the staff members. Mr. Murphy is their manager. Bill Gooden's partner, editor in chief, and David Murphy, true lead publisher. Yes.
Right.
And on the second page, we
Yeah.
have Dr. Watis, editor.
Yeah, Dr.
Uh,
Watis.
and then we have what's her name? Jay Walker, Jacinta Walker.
Oh yeah, Jacinta Walker. Yes,
She's
does
our
a great job.
marketing director. And then we have Brandon Street, who does events.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, let me just real quick. Dr. Watis's piece is Today's Children from the Womb to the World. So that's a very, very good topic, talking about stress and how youngsters, and that's been one of her part. And she quotes Mama Nzinga, late sister Nzinga, who transitioned. She said, "You see, it's not the children, it's the parents. The children can't choose the parents' future, but the parents can choose how to raise them." So if we get the and it's on page 52, but I'll just paraphrase because I know this quote. But if we get the parents straight, the children will follow. So that's a very powerful statement.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Sister Jacinta Walker, she got some good jewels in here talking about webinars and holiday products and services. She calls this a top 7 marketing concepts for quick implementation results to help you finish the year on a good foot. So that's good for those that are in business, and and I know brother Vernon, he has something coming up. I'm not sure of the date, but he does events and sales, excellent trainer, video, and podcasting as well. So we have an awesome group of individuals. But could you speak to some of those things if you care to, just add on? I'm just going to keep going there.
Well, brother Haki, the people that you just mentioned, they professional in their own fields, but but they also dedicated people who share with us, who support the National Black Unity News, and as far as Dr. Waitisa is concerned, she's pretty much edited the majority of the pages. Some people, just don't want their publication edited by the staff, but they just send in information. But she does the majority of editing for us, as well as write for the publication. And the people that you mentioned, see, they write from their experiences or what's on their heart.
Right.
But one thing about the National Black Unity News, the information that you would get from it is solution oriented. It's here to assist people. It's not all about buy my products, buy my goods and services. It's a two-way street. It's reciprocal. They give, and hopefully they will receive as well while they're giving. And so it's about uplifting the people and putting out vital information. And I also want to add, you won't find this information nowhere else in the world but in the National Black Unity News. The people that mention this book is exclusive. So it's coming straight from the heart and from those individuals.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely. And so then I turn into Brother Michael Haney Sr., good brother, sharp brother. He has a Black Crisis, the Miseducation of Black America in the 21st Century. Wow, that's a powerful title. I see he talks about Dr. Carter G. Woodson and, some of the, the history of the HBCUs in here. So, yes, looks like a good article. And he has a 60-minute Black USA that he hosts, pretty regularly. Yeah. So I see that floating around in, different spaces in Baltimore. So great piece of work. He's a entrepreneur, podcaster, etc. So,
to me personally, he's a historical figure too, because this brother is like a pioneer in the hospitality industry.
Wow!
And and this brother went on to manage some of the largest hotels in the country.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
And not only did he do that, but he brought a lot of people. He had presented more managers in the hospitality industry than any person. So
Wow.
And he's still training people. That's what his company does: train people in the hospitality. It's just not just hospitality, but all industries now. So this brother well-rounded. That's why I say, these people that you mentioned so far, they are so multi-talented.
Yes, that's beautiful. And I definitely appreciate just the support, knowing a brother like him, and he's definitely been showing up for our community, just raising consciousness, showing up, participating, and so I'm very grateful for people like him just continuing to do the work. So we have Wayne Randall, financial consultant. Oh man, he dropped some jewels in here. Talk about mindset, a different approach, and APR, and talking about the fourth quarter. So it looks like a good piece. Wayne,
he's one of our financial editors, but he is an accountant.
Oh, right. Okay. Beautiful.
And like I say, he writes about what he knows, and he's tried to assist people with their, again, quality of life by telling them some of the do's and don'ts with their financing. And he put vital information. If you take heed to what he's saying to you, it can save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and money.
Yes. No, and this
plus,
is
one thing else. Guess what else he does on the side with us? He also part of our podcasting team. We do professional editing for videos, and we are now doing what you say history of our people. When I say history, I'm talking about sharing individual stories. We'll be doing all types of what you may call them documentaries or podcasting about individuals. And so we are venturing into that, and so he and I do a lot of editing. So we have some skills in editing video, fusing, just so we like I say, we multi-talented. So.
Right. Yeah, no, that's great. And he offers consultation and growing your portfolio, et cetera. And then we have our brother Fole Umoja.
Yes.
And to talk about this brother, he's has some unique, very
wow.
depth.
Well, let me explain something. But he writes about women issues.
Okay,
now, I know this is coming from a man, but I'm gonna tell you something. His mother imparted to him a lot of information before she passed.
Oh,
and
wow.
he took that information and put it in a book called 52 Weeks, and it's almost like a bibliology for women, pretty much. That his mother imparted to him by him being a faithful son. And but this brother, let me just say this to you. This brother created a language with the alphabet. I mean, everything. I mean, this brother, I say some of the people, I mean, I am so amazed at the talent that come to this publication. And so you're going to be hearing a lot from him because he's about to do some podcasting and uniting women all around the world to lift themselves up.
Oh, great.
Based on what his mother, the information that his mother passed on to him.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, wait a minute. I think this is coming. Wait a minute. Whose page is this? Oh, this is continuation of. I'll pass over this. This you have a continuation from page 4. LifeWorks.
That's Jacinta Walker page. Yeah, she started on
Walker. Okay, great. And then we have our sister Fran Allen, motivational speaker extraordinaire.
Yes, and plus she's an author of many books.
Oh yeah, author, workshop facilitator, nonprofit fundraiser. Well, hey, we gotta get her for raise some funds for some nonprofits. All right, I'll give her a shout out. Yeah, Fran Allen. She did a lot of work here. Worked with former Congressman Elijah Cummings for quite some time, and so she knows the history there. So.
And not only that, brother Hakeem, based on Fran Allen, she just, moved to about 3 or 4 years ago, moved to North Carolina.
Right.
And she's the one, if you get further down in the paper, because the paper, like I say, 60 pages though, but she's the one introduced this young man called Collins. And he's the youngest person in our publication. I think he's 9 years old now. He's one of our youngest editors. And he's the one who actually sponsored him.
Yes. No. And while we're speaking now, I'm gonna type in here. A few people done chimed in the comment. Let's see what comments we have. So I can shoot. Pull those up. Oh, Brother Rico. Okay, hold on. Let me get his comment up. Brother Rico is let's see. Let me show Brother Rico's comments. It's coming. Good morning, everyone. Peace and blessings. Oh, yeah, let's Brother Rico, he's always on God's giving hand.
Yes, and he's on page 13.
Did I skip? Oh, I didn't get that far yet. Okay.
Brother Rico. Greetings, Brother Rico. How are you, sir?
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate him for being visible and being present. So I don't know where I left off. Let's see. Man, you just got so many pages. So Fran, Danielle Hurst. And who is Danielle Hurst? She's fashion editor, designer, entrepreneur, educating individuals on how to be fashionably sustainable. Okay.
Yes. She's one of our newest editors, a young lady. And as you just mentioned, she is in the fashion industry, which she says sustainable fashion. That means that she's more concerned about the ecosystem and how to do things, where we won't be just wasting stuff. She can renew or recycle, fashion pretty much. And so she's hitting on a unique industry, and she's also well versed too, because she will be assisting us with a lot of our social media. She's a young person.
Oh, right. Okay.
All the TikToks, the Instagrams, and all of that. So she will be helping us also in marketing in those areas as well.
Right. Okay.
Multi-talented. I'm gonna keep repeating that word because it's just for me.
Right. All right. Next we have DJ 5 Star.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You talking about multi-talented, man. This brother, not only he's a DJ, he has a STEM program where he teaches people through DJing, the STEM system. And also, this brother is I think he may be the vice president of the Black Chambers of Commerce.
Right.
And then he's also with Professional Black Men. He's heavy in that. And also with the cultural event out in Towson, the Baltimore, I think the county festival as well. So,
right, yeah.
This brother is there and everywhere. He reminds me like somebody else I know, Brother Hakeem.
Yeah, thank you. So, no, he's doing some phenomenal things. That's the county festival. We usually go there each year and participate. So, it's been going strong. And Adrian Jones, she founded that some years ago. So, and then we have Archenio Lucas. Archenio.
Yes, now he's one of our senior members. I think Mr. Lucas up in his 80s.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
And he's been with us since the inception of the publication, and he likes to write poetry. And
I see.
And he also loved to share the word, and he also just loved giving back. But I tell people this, I know it's a lot of people in the rap game, but he write poetry. But I said when it comes to rhyming, I will put him up against any young folk.
Oh really? Wow. Okay. Wow, that's powerful. Yeah. No, we appreciate that. And then we have, I'll see the sister's name. Okay, Sharia Young. I think I've seen her a few places. Oh yes. I've seen her. She's one of the is she sight or hearing?
Yes, she's blind. She's actually blind,
right.
but she's an author.
Okay.
She's a musician. She sings, and that's actually Brother Rico's niece.
Oh, okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay.
And like I say again, this word just keep popping multi-talented because this young lady is so inspirational, not only with her words in her book, but also in song as well.
Right. Yes, I can't recall where I met her, but I recognize her face. And Brother Rico, they do a lot of feeding the homeless as well. Like pretty regularly. They're one of the biggest in Baltimore that I've seen. So, and the most consistent, I will say. And then we have the Jahis, Brother Satawi and Mama Cynthia. And they are travel in Texas, and we love them. They have a long history in Baltimore.
Yes. And again, like I say, they do travel, but as you already know, they deal with youth. That's the history is dealing with our youth. And
right.
You always had a youth called Movements Unlimited. And, and so, and they still do a lot of that, but like I say, we involved with so many different things, but he does taxes and so again, we have been truly blessed with just not one talent, but several talents.
Right. Yeah. No. So I'm very grateful to see what they have. I spoke to Mama Jahi, pretty regularly. We did some small things together, and she's a good storyteller as well. So. Yeah, and then we have Sister Charlene Jenkins. She's a new sister, right? Doctor. Let me get it right, Doctor.
Doctor. Yeah, Charlene Jenkins, I believe.
Yes.
She comes aboard now. She's multi-talented because she's a podcaster.
Right.
She's an author and a publisher.
Right.
Magazine, yes. And many other things. So again, I just met this young lady, but like I say, people come, like I say, with all of these gifts and talents, and she's been sharing it, individually, and now she's sharing it with us as well.
Right. Well, Lady J is what she goes by, just so I've been knowing her for a few years now, and she's very active and just a community servant. So. And of course, the Warrior Lawyer is very supportive here, so we're grateful for him. He's J. Wendell Gordon, for those that may not know, he has an ad here, but he's supportive. He's actually working, and he mentioned at the Million Man March discussion, the breakfast, that he's handling the case of the, that he don't like the word, but the squeegee worker, that was that shot and killed what we can say is the hoodlum from Hamden that came and tried to attack the squeegee worker with the few squeegee workers with a bat. So he tried to target, got out his car, crossed over 5, 6 lanes, 8 lanes, and
I'm so glad that the brother stood up and stood in the gap to support that young man.
Right.
Yes.
Him
and a couple other lawyers came together, and that shows, how our community can work together.
Absolutely.
Somebody go down, somebody steps up. So
no, and that that was the first thing I did. I texted him as soon as I heard about the case. I was just like, oh, let me text him. He was like, send me something. He didn't. I was on it. So he was like, all right, I got it. So just grateful. And Walter Carr, cartoonist. Oh man, solid. I think you got him. I think you posted something about him. But talk about a cartoon.
Oh man, yeah, this is a history. This brother is in his 90s.
Wow.
And this brother is a cartoonist. He's been in every major black newspaper, Ebony Jack, even Playboy. His materials have been in there.
Wow.
And his father is well known. His father, by to go by the same name, Walter Carr, used to have a magazine out called The Nightlifer. You might remember.
It's called The Nightlife?
The Nightlifer used to be in the bars, the clubs, and everything. He used to show the nightlife in Baltimore.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow. No.
And like I say, this gentleman is just such a historical figure because, like I say, he's a trailblazer for cartoonists. And he's known as, by one of the other cartoonists in our publication, say he is the godfather of black cartoonists.
Wow.
So, talent, man. I'm just saying, we like I say, you don't get this type of information no place else. To have a collective group of people such as one we have, I'm just amazed at it,
Yes, no, it looks nice, and he drew some cartoons for us, so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Who else do we have here? Oh, and then we're talking about Black Men Unifying Black Men. So let's, just give a plug for Black Men Unifying Black Men and an awards dinner. Awards dinner that we have coming up.
Yes, it's actually on the 5th of November. Right. And man, it's a list of who we will be honoring. And last year I was the recipient of the honor. I was the honoree, and I'm gonna tell you, it did me so good to be honored amongst your peers. And I just want people to know, every year, because we have so many talented people in this city, we're going to get to many of them. But we every year we're gonna go up. We did it last year with 21 men. This year 22. Next year will be 23. And like I said, we have a long list of soldiers, people who have put in work over the years that we will be honoring.
Great. Yeah. So let me put
we're not shunning nobody. We're not putting nobody down. Just can't get to all of them at one time.
We understand. No, of course. And the keynote speaker for that will be Ivan Bates.
Yes, the new state's attorney. Yes.
Yeah, new state's attorney, and the Ada White Pettit, Ray Wainbush, Kwesi Mfume, Richard Rowe, David Miller, Lou Fields. So Brother Leo Burrows, I'm kind of Bob Wallace, Ricky Vaughn, Carl Stokes. I'm just reading some of the names I see.
Yeah, man, I tell you, man, like I say, some soldiers, man.
Right.
This guy, all of them guys put in some work over the years. So, and people see, like I say, Brother Hakeem, Baltimore get a bad rap, but just like you just mentioned, we have so many soldiers out here in this town who've done so much good, so much work. But see, in our industry, they don't get highlighted as much. If you're doing something wrong, shooting or selling drugs, then you be front and center as far as media is concerned. But we got brothers like him who've been doing the work for years. You don't see too much in mainstream media. That's why it's so important that we need to shine a light on ourselves, uplift our own selves, and start letting other people define who we are and what we are. And
right.
So that's why the National Unity Music is so important to our community.
Absolutely. Oh, and your sister-in-law, Mother Queen Kathleen Murphy, the National Youth Editor.
Yes, so she's I've been knowing her for a long time.
Of course.
Yeah, and but and she's a retired military person.
Wow.
And I think she had. Now I never was in the military, so I don't know how to rank, but I do know she was one step down from a general when she retired.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, she was serious.
Okay.
Serious rank.
That's pretty high. Absolutely.
Yeah, one step down. Right. And
it's Lieutenant General. I was just told it's a Lieutenant General. Okay.
Yeah, and so, but she also always in our families and everybody, she's always was concerned about education and our children, all her nieces and nephews, anybody in there. She's in the Kiwanis clubs and stuff like that. They work with children, and that's where her heart is at, and that's why she decided to work with us in the publication, because that's where her heart is. She wanted to give back, so pay it forward, put it that way.
Absolutely.
And so like I said again. We have so many people. It's not about making money or anything. Sometimes it's just about they just want to share and give something back, so we can uplift ourselves.
Absolutely, and she has a 200 plus free children's books to read online. I see at the bottom here, so definitely y'all got to read that. Check that out. That's very important for our young people. So that's just to her. Next, Brother Malon Butler, Indigenous Business Association. All right. And he has the business card. The
IBA card. It's called, I have one right around. Yeah, here it is right here. This IBA card.
Okay.
And this card would enable you to go into businesses all across especially here in Maryland. But there's other people. This is our card, the National Black Unity card. We have our own directory. You can take this card and go in there and get discounts, but I can take this card and go into people like Earth to Hers who have tight knit and use this card in her network, and her card can be used in my network. And there's about 9 or 10 different cards circling out here with different networks. And this card is interchangeable. So this is keeping the money circulating in our own communities. But then Brother Malon also has a school. Him and his wife or fiance has, I think it's called A Different Kind of Smart.
Right. Yes.
And they also do all type of social events and networking events, and he's involved with Rooster Scouting and with Brother Leo Burrow that you mentioned earlier. And so again, so we here, there, and everywhere. We involved. We just don't be talking about it, putting it in paper, just talking about what we think should happen. These are people actually putting in the work.
No, beautiful. Yes, I'm very excited about this tremendous work here, and then we gotta get this out there as well. So let me see, Aaron Gray.
Oh yes.
I don't think I know for the Aaron.
Yeah, okay. You met him some time ago, but Aaron Gray, he resides in Arizona right now.
Okay.
And he was originally our sales director when we first started the paper, but he, sickness became him, and he's been battling cancer ever since. That's one of the reasons why he's in Arizona. But he's a networker, man. Especially in the marketing field. I mean, that's where you probably met him at. I think that's where you did meet him at.
Okay.
He was involved in one of the organizations we was in called Network USA. He was heavy into that.
Oh yeah. Okay, he was back in those days. Yeah. Okay, beautiful.
But he's always finding ways that help people so they can help themselves. So it won't be any excuses when you say if you don't have education or you don't have this, he's real, so he always finding opportunities for people to uplift themselves, and that what he's doing in there is another way that's how he's helping people. And so like I said, this brother, and he's a minister as well. And so, again, he serves in so many capacities.
Okay. Sister Donetta Mooring, the Fleet Clients Coach.
She's
been doing some great work. I must say, she's been.
She's doing. Matter of fact, she and I are working together now. We putting together a special project where in the health industry, she's gonna have what you call a network of services where people can find access to health, as well as not people who only practice, but holistic and everything else. She's gonna have a major directory with all of that in there.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm assisting her in that department too. And so get ready. This is going to be powerful. And Donetta, like I say, she also do podcasting and everything else. So this sister, she's been with us since the inception of the paper as well. And so she's a strong sister. She's like that little bunny that keep on ticking and keep on rolling.
Right. Sounds good. We underestimate the value of quality sleep. Absolutely. And that's what she focuses on. And then we have Kim Poole.
I think you know that sister. I think you may know her. Yes, Sister Kim Poole was with us from the inception as well. And like I say, she's involved with so many things. Teaching Artists Institute. They go all over the country and all over the world with information, finding talent, sharing information, networking. And what she does also, she's like an ambassador for the paper because she takes our paper here, there, and everywhere. And it's so there's so much talent to this young lady. So
and so interesting. Her article is The Woman King Real Life, and what she does here is she highlights Mama Ade Aloma. Now, Mama Ade is she's a Ifa priest in the Yoruba tradition, but she's also a king in Benin. So that so that's
interesting. It's just
right,
and the timing of it, of that article and what's going on in the theater.
Yeah, that's what inspired it. And I know she'll be, Mama Ade gonna be on Carl Nelson's show next week, and so talking about a king in real life. So, and then Brother Dowridge.
Brother Dowridge.
Yes,
he resides in Florida.
Right.
He's an author, motivational speaker, and he does this special thing he has. He portrayed Frederick Douglass for the
right.
School systems and do that. I mean, he kind of looks like him too, And when he do his hair like that, but he's very intelligent, motivated, and this brother comes from the rough side of the market, and he's paying it forward as well. Multi-talented gentleman, frontline soldier.
Absolutely, yes. And his article, Let the True Story Be Told After All of These Years. So he basically, sharing, a little bit about his history and, what he was able to overcome. So he's basically sharing his story here in this article. Great brother, doing a phenomenal job. So let's see who we got here. Colin Johnson. Colin, is that a kid? That's a young man?
Yeah, that's the young man I was talking about that Fran Allen sponsored.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and, okay. Oh, so he's a new brother. That's good.
He's a big brother now, and he's so excited about his young brother. But the previous two articles that he wrote in the publication, the first one was about Emmett Till. And if you ever look at Emmett Till, if you can look at Emmett Till and look at him, they favor each other greatly. And he talking about, Emmett Till's mother. And the second one, the article he wrote about was, 5-6 months ago, all the mass murders was taking place on. And he was seeing that all on the news, and he wrote about that from a child's point of view.
Right.
And so, this young man is, to me, he's amazing, because he desired to write. He was at that tender age of 8 years old when he started with us. And so now, so now that the seeds has been, Fran Allen poured some seeds into him, and we don't know where this young brother going to end up at. but I do know that he's starting on a great journey right now.
Wow, beautiful. That's so inspiring to have a young man getting his voice out there, getting young motivators contributing, superstar in training, future author, youth motivator. Oh man, this is going to be great to see him, blossom and grow throughout the paper. And then we have our brother Leroy McKenzie, Doctor. Let me give him his proper Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. Awesome authorpreneur, speaker, and consultant. He's been doing some work.
And you're into books yourself, but this brother, since we started together, he had highlighted so many authors in our publication. Mm-hmm. And not only do he highlight them in the publication, but he interviews them. And so he does so much, so many, and he's another brother involved with quite a few organizations.
Wow.
And he's another one that I put in your category. He's here, there, and he's everywhere. He's a young man,
Definitely sharp, doing a phenomenal job here. So if you all are listening to this on the replay, I'm talking to Brother David Murphy, the publisher of the National Black Unity newspaper, and I put the website up there. Let me go back to it. Somebody's spamming my page, but with some inappropriate things. But let's get it out of there. I don't know, when you start doing stuff, Brother David.
Yes, I know. Especially when you do live, and and so it just goes to show you doing the good work when people trying to interrupt. You must be putting out some good messages. That's why,
Yeah.
And so, but just keep on moving because they're always going to be amongst us. So.
Amen. All right. So then we have Trudy Williams, TBN Independent Sales. So she's working in a sales capacity.
Sales capacity.
Advertising.
And she has a strong background in, how would you say, assisting people. Secretary, she has a lot of knowledge about organization and stuff like that. So she's real good. Like I said, again, but she was assisting us with sales, but she's also assisted so many people in the publication to be a little better organized and have better structure.
Yes, beautiful. And finally, brother, because what we gonna do, I told you I wanted 30 minutes. I didn't think how long this could be, but and let me just let everybody know this is because some people, when we're selling this to people, and we do try to offer and ask for a donation, of course, but when we show them the two parts, they look at it like, like they want to give me back the second part.
Yeah.
So I have to say, oh no, wait a minute. We got two parts, but we're gonna do the part two a little later because that's where my section is, and I'm happy to hold it down for the people in the second part.
Well, Brother Haki, like I say, the paper is blessed now because even the printer said, they can only print, they fold it and stuff like that through their system.
Oh.
They can only do 32 pages. And then other than that, they go into sections. I don't know if you remember the old Sun paper on Sunday. They used to have about 15 sections in there, folded over on top.
Right. Oh yeah,
and that's the reason why they do it like that, because the system can't pile them up like a book.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Thanks for a little tidbit there. So we have, I think, two more in the first section, and we're gonna have to do a part two to this, but I want all of the publishers to share this and subscribe to your page, and you can put that out, and raising consciousness and capital. And each edition, I'm feeling like we should step this up and do something like this, at least like a quick 1 minute plug of everybody. Just go through it. Take some time because I feel like all of these stories need to be in the pockets of individuals. So Joy Ford, author, motivational speaker, singer, songwriter. Joy Ford.
Yes, she just been. This is her second issue with us, and
okay.
Joy is an author. She writes children books. She's an educator, And as you mentioned before, she sings, and she's an activist as well.
Wow.
She gets involved in the cause in many different ways, and an overall good person. So, thank God for her, because she focusing on our young people, and we got to get them young, and she's getting them to read early.
Wow.
And that's a powerful thing. You can indoctrinate our young people's minds early, and see figures that look like them in the publication.
Absolutely. And finally, for this one is let's see. Oops, I'm dropping it here. Another cartoonist. Man, we getting a lot of cartoonists. Joe Young, cartoonist, filmmaker, producer, writer, teaching artist. Joe Young.
Man, that's he's from out of Connecticut.
Okay.
And this brother actually produces movies. I'm talking about big screen movies and stuff. He had one called Diamond in the Rough. A lot of major stars in that. And he's also he created a cartoon called Kemet, a black figure.
Did we did something on that?
Yes.
We did that. Okay, great.
He's the creator of Kemet that usually see some cartoons that I'll be putting out from time to time. He's the creator of that. And he's working right now with Smokey Robinson and them putting some things together. But this brother is talented, and he's involved with many publications. And he the one and told me that I didn't know they even knew each other. I didn't know until the guy Walter Carr sent him a copy of the paper.
Wow.
Wow. I was in Connecticut. And he told me about that. He said, yeah, the guy sent me a paper. He didn't see that I was in there yet. And then, but he's the one said, yeah, he said, Walter Carr. He said, man, all the cartoons, he said, that's the one who told me that he is the Godfather. From another cartoonist told me that. So,
wow.
And so, so we have some valuable people, talented people. And Joe Young is no joke, man. He's serious stuff. Y'all really need to check him out. And I did an interview with him. I'm going to do one with him. And but this brother, man, like I say, he he's one of those quiet giants that don't get a lot of play. Because he's behind it. I think he don't really want it that way. But again, he has some serious talents. That will benefit us as the people, So there ain't no more excuse. Like I said, we have everything we need. Just as you was going through the first part of that, so many people can do so many things. So, and so, I'm a blessed man to be around such talent because it motivates me.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we did part one, brother. So I want to encourage everybody to tune in for part two. But let's give out some of your contact information, and also, outside of, we encourage people to definitely get the physical copies. But we would love for you to be a regular member, as well as contributor, as well as advertise. Please consider. We encourage you to do that. But let's it's also online. And so I just want to plug that. And if you want to plug any of the sites, as you see, I hope I got it up here, right? TNFund.com.
Yeah,
okay.
The National Black Unity News.
Okay, .com.
And you go to that, you can go through the archives and see all of our past issues and go through everything. And so right now, it's going to go up next year. The subscription is $18.50 because we don't want to do that, but mailing has tripled since we started this paper.
Wow!
And plus the paper has doubled in size since then too. So and so it's it costs quite a bit to mail one copy out now.
Oh yes, I can imagine.
And we mail them out all over the country, and so
yes. And now
once we came, but I'm gonna tell you something. This publication is valuable. Like I said before, you won't get this type of information in no place else. And this is not type, and it's a quality publication. It's done with high grade paper and it's color from top to finish, full page color. So and like I say, it's information like Brother High Kids editing this publication. He takes it all over the world. One of the proudest moments I had with this publication, he went to what they call the NP, the Black National Newspaper Association.
Yes, NNPA. And we're gonna revisit that too. I think now's the time. We have a stronger track record. I think we can go there now and be like, yeah, we are the people.
Yeah.
So right.
And you displayed our paper amongst a whole bunch of papers.
Yes.
That was so cool, man, and I appreciate that. What you do. And I just want to let people know that you're a true soldier. You've been putting in work ever since I met you. And
all right.
And like I said, you one of those people that is real rare. You crisscross the country and then you crisscrossing the world network. You just don't talk about it. You actually do it. And so, kudos to you, brother. And thank you for having me on. Okay.
And give out your phone number as well. Some people, they like, I still want to call people or email.
Yeah, and I still want to talk to people. Yes, it's 443-455-2373. Again, David Murphy, 443-455-2373.
All right, everybody. So thank you all for tuning in. National Black Unity Newspaper. Get yourself a copy. Go to the website or, reach out to Brother David Murphy or reach out to myself. Leave a comment. Inbox me, however you need to do it. Raising Consciousness and Capital. You know how to find me one way or the other. Thank you, Brother David.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah. Peace.